Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Nikki. How are you?
I'm fine. Actually, it's afternoon. Look, it's 11 minutes past 12. Caught you out there.
Damn.
What are you driving?
I am driving the Renault ZOE.
Woohoo!
It's lovely.
We're going that way, by the way.
We're going right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's a really weird first observation about the car, but I really like the seats. They feel really comfy.
Which is nice.
It is. It's like someone's giving my bum a hug.
It's quite good.
And I was going to say, the other thing that we mentioned, that's kind of jumped out at me, is the very monotone front. I guess this is about first impressions, and that's a very obvious first impression. It's quite light, so I'm wondering what it's going to be like in direct sunlight.
Well, I guess it would be a bit like the Leaf, the same kind of feel as the Leaf.
That's true. That is very white.
The steering wheel's very nice.
The steering wheel, it's very solid.
Actually, this car, obviously, the Zoe is based on the Clio. I know Renault likes to say it's been built from the ground up as an all-electric car, which it has in some ways, but actually it shares a platform with the Zoe. So, sorry, with the Clio.
With the Clio, yeah.
So, but it's not a bad little car in terms of fit and finish.
And this seems solid. It feels nice and solid, which is what you always want from a car.
This seems better than the car I drove in Portugal, actually, which is interesting.
So maybe they refined things since then. One thing I have noticed, maybe this is just me, but when you floor the accelerator, there's a little pause before it gives you power or gives you full power, which is very strange. And having driven EVs where it's generally immediate, there's just a fraction of a pause, which is slightly weird. But maybe that could be just something, maybe a setting that I haven't checked or changed or something like that at the moment.
This is quite nice. The touchscreen display. It gives you a score based on how efficient you're driving. There's that noise, the same as the smart car as well.
The ooh kind of hum.
Do you think that's becoming synonymous for EVs now? We've got to that.
Yeah, I think it will become. It's a lot nicer than the high-pitched shrill of the Leaf. And actually, I don't know if the iMev and that family, C-Zeros and Ions, have a noise, or even what that noise is. Someone can tell me if they drive.
I don't recall the Ion having one, but that's
okay. I've just figured out the accelerator.
Is it kick down, round the roundabout and then left?
Yes, there's kind of a kick down. It's just slightly over halfway, so I can push down to a certain point, and then there's more resistance, and that's giving me really slow, kind of gentle acceleration. But you go through that resistance, and then suddenly you get the power. So,
which is not bad.
Yeah. So it was me, but it was slightly weird to begin with.
Cockpit is very, very beige, isn't it? If you're going to go right, you're going to go right here. It's very beige. I mean, this is the floor as you see it. The matte is... I've never seen bright colours. Well, I have in some luxury cars, but this is not deep velour. It's kind of like almost like I don't know what it is.
It's a very odd texture. And it very much really brings out the light colour. So you've got this light colour at the top and this light plastic colour. I know that again sounds really weird, but it's what you think when you think cheap plastic. You kind of think that kind of beigey, this colour here. Unfortunately,
yes, yeah. I like the dash. I think the dash is very nice.
And this bit in front of me, which is almost hidden when you first get into the car.
Yeah.
From view, is actually quite nice when you sit down, and it's like a little secret compartment for me to see.
And you've got sort of regen on there, which is quite nice.
Yes, and when it's filling up the battery, you can see the battery kind of, this waves of power seems to be going into it.
Now I know that you can change that. You can change it to different things here. So this is the menu, and unfortunately the map's not where it should be. But you can actually change aspects about the vehicle and the settings. So you can turn
with reverse gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got the onboard computer, which you can reset. Okay, and the electrical vehicle.
Ooh,
and the energy flow. So this now shows us what, obviously the battery, the power going in and out. It's quite a posh graphic, isn't it? Really?
It is. It's this weird mixture actually of it seems, and again first impression. Am I going that way?
You're going to go follow the bus.
Follow the bus. There's a weird mixture of stuff that looks really high tech and modern and kind of high spec, like this infotainment system and the bit in front of me and the steering wheel. mixed with these large swathes of plastic that looks cheap is the wrong word, but that kind of budget car feel.
And it does have that, you know, that kind of, which is what put me off the car in the first place when I was driving it in Portugal. Which is what put me off. Which is one of the reasons why you're sitting there first. Another reason is because I'm nice and lovely and I want to let you go first. So you're going to go left at the next set of lights, so by the old pub here.
Okay.
And follow this up. So this is great because it gives you an opportunity to do some
city driving.
Some city driving in this, and it's very competent in the city. We
are gaining predicted range at the moment. We're up to 75 predicted miles.
What were when we got in?
70, I believe. So we've gone up 5. After driving 2.5. I mean, I know it's all predicted, and that isn't really indicative, but it shows that it's given me range, and around the city that's obviously going to be much higher, and all of that jazz.
What about ergonomics?
At the moment, everything seems nice and friendly in reach. There's a big chunky thing here on behind the steering wheel, which I presume is to do with the infotainment system and controlling it. But at the moment, it's just this big block of buttons next to me, which I have no idea what they do. So I suppose that and everything here in front of me looks like I can control everything, but there's so many buttons I don't know where to start. I'm
quite glad to see there's no presence of the TomTom Canimat system that you have in other Renaults, which have this stupid jog wheel down here. That's not here. You've got 3 cup holders. I remember bitching and moaning about these cup holders previously, and Robert Llewellyn told me that I was being a wuss basically and moaning because I have monster-sized cups. But generally, this is a really quite a nice little car, and it looks quite nice from first impressions. I mean, I have seen this before. This is interesting with this. I don't know if you can see this, but this is kind of the ZE logo on the roof.
My head.
And again, this is quite clunky. That's the only thing that puts me off. Clunky. Anything else, Mark?
No, for the moment, I'm intrigued to see where this takes me. Whether it takes me down the high-end tech kind of view, which is one way they've gone, or the budget EV view, which is kind of another track they're going down. They're trying to straddle both at the moment, so I'd be interested to see what prevails after a week or so of driving.
All right, time to say goodbye.
Goodbye, lovely viewers.
Goodbye. Don't forget to watch the other one. Bye.
Bye.